Black in Korea. Hey, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, what up, what up, what up? If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want notifications, hit that little bell. We're gonna talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. It's a topic that I feel like I'm very passionate about because I feel like it's not discussed enough at all. So I will, share my experiences as I always do with you guys, things that have happened to me here in Korea. Being a black woman, being black in Korea is definitely interesting. I'll definitely say that it is a challenge. My tolerance has grown being a black woman in Korea because in Korea, everyone expects you to just accept the way that you are treated. And that's problematic for me because I know that I am a person. I have had people on multiple different occasions essentially tell me that the way that I'm treated here, that's just the way it is. Well, they've never seen black people before. And they expect me to accept these answers. There's a misconception about being black in Korea, and the misconception is that we should allow Korean people to treat us however they want. And when I say that, I mean we should be understanding if Korean people stare at us. We should allow them to touch our hair. And it's all off of the basis that they've never seen a black person before. When you come to Korea, yes, please, please, please respect their culture, adapt to the culture. Don't come here expecting everything to be like it was back home. There's a misconception that it's a cultural thing. When Korean people stare at you and Korean people touch you, it's a cultural thing. That is not the truth. To say it's a cultural thing is to say that it's the norm here. They're gonna stare at you because they do it to everyone. But the way that they're staring at me is to the point of discomfort. Sometimes it's not just normal staring, it's disgust. You're telling me that I should accept that? That I should sit there and I should accept someone making me feel lesser than because I'm in their country? That's not gonna pass with me, honey. It's not going to. If they're not going to stare at each other as intensely as they stare at me, I don't want that. By being in this country, that does not mean that you give up your human rights. And that is something that people cannot seem to understand. If you get upset about the fact that someone has just invaded your personal space and touched your hair, I think it's okay for you to speak to someone about it. I think it's okay for you to express your anger to your closest friends. I think that if you slap the shit out of the old person next to you, I'm joking, don't do that shit. What I'm saying is, if you're allowed to be upset, don't let anyone take it away from you. Do not let it ruin your entire experience by any means. Do not walk around stomping your feet and your fists balled up because they're just too ignorant and too racist, yes, I said it, racist, to realize that it's not okay to treat someone like that because they're darker than you or they look different than you or you've never seen them before. Have you guys seen the news lately? There was a Korean show that had someone in blackface. My favorite thing that people like to say is that they don't know better. Korean people have access to internet. So this thing about not knowing where black people are from, not knowing that we aren't all actually born in Africa, bruh, is a bit hard for me to believe. So anyways, I just want to get that across. Remember that you are black excellence. Your melanin is worth more than gold. Walk with your heads held high, my kings and queens, because you are just, you're so valuable and you're so wonderful. So now moving on to my experiences as a black person, I want to give you guys examples. I love giving examples. I will tell you, about negative things that happened to me. I will tell you about positive things that have happened to me. Lego. Number one, the staring. I will tell you about the staring. Now, for some reason, when I came here, I thought it wouldn't be a big deal. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm able to handle this. What happened? The lie detector determined that was a lie. I'll just be there. Black girl magic will see me walk on the train. I'll be minding my own business. I'll slowly realize someone's staring at me. And that's a little shocking when you look up. Like, I don't get it. Why are you in my mouth? They will come for your soul. They snatch it. If you're lucky, you'll get it back. Soul snatching staring. SSS. I was gonna tap them on the shoulder like, sir, ma'am, can I get my soul back now or? No? Okay, you're just gonna hold on to it? They're edge snatching. Can I have my edges back? No?
Hide your soul, hide your edges, hide your soul, hide your edges. Cause they're taking everything out there
Like, why are you snatching my soul? Why are you snatching my edges? I'll be walking down the sidewalk and you've heard the expression, you're breaking necks. Girl, you're breaking necks. I am literally breaking necks. I can part an entire sidewalk of people just by walking through. Like, I'll be walking and it's like, woo, what was that? But the worst is when you're walking down the sidewalk and they're giving you dirty looks. I will never forget this. It was my first day in Korea. Imagine this, your first day in Korea, you're hungry. Okay, let me go to McDonald's, it's my safest bet. Like, I wasn't familiar with the language yet. I'm gonna go to McDonald's. And so I see this baby, and the funny thing is, like, little itty bitty babies will stare at you too. They're like, what is that? So the baby was staring at me, okay? So the baby's there, and I'm there like, and the mom's like, the look of disgust on her face. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm making light of it now, I'm making a joke of it now, but in that exact moment I felt my belly drop. I felt my stomach just drop. She looked at me like I was a piece of on the ground. And I was like, oh my god. So I got really emotional at that point. I guess I was under the impression that people staring at me meant a good thing here. Meant that they would think I was beautiful. And in reality, that wasn't the case. Some were just like disgusted, or some did stare at me like I was like, oh god, it's like I was the most beautiful thing they ever seen in their life. Like, so pretty much with the staring, sometimes it's a kind look, sometimes it's a smile. So don't get me wrong, it's not always bad. The second thing I'm going to talk about is touching, and this is problematic for me. There's nothing I hate more than someone violating my personal space and treating me like I don't have a right to say no. Like, they can just come up and touch me whenever they please. Like, no, you can't do that. You're not gonna touch me. You can catch these hands. That's what's gonna happen to you. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Like, don't play with me. I've had multiple situations. It often surrounds around my hair. I was in the mart and this woman was cashing out in front of me. She was cashing out. She saw me. So at this point, she was talking about me in Korean, and pretty much she was talking about my hair. Cashier just kind of looked slightly uncomfortable, and the woman was asking her some sort of question, but she really wasn't trying to answer it. I went to reach into my bag, and when I turned my head for 2 seconds, all of a sudden I felt someone holding my hair, and I turned and this woman had a handful of my braids in her hand and she was shaking them around and talking about them to the cashier. And this is the kind of stuff that may happen. Now my reflexes are on point. You come at me wrong, you might get slapped. Like, catch me outside, how about that? That's kind of stuff that will happen. They will grab handfuls of your hair. They will grab one braid and stare at it behind your back. So put yourself in my shoes. I don't get why people can't do that initially. If I say that someone's touching me without my permission, it shouldn't be, well, what if they asked you? Or it shouldn't be, well, you know, they've never seen a black person before. It should never be that, because it's still my body and it's still my space, and I don't want you violating it. If I walked around touching Korean people, how do you guys think that would pan out? Do you think that these Korean people will be like, oh, it's fine that she's touching me? No, because it's not the norm here. They're not supposed to be touching people, and they know better than that. So that's why touching is just a no for me. Touching just does not need to happen. Then third thing is pictures. I'm not a fan of pictures, and here's the reason why. I'm not an exhibit. This is not a zoo. I am not an animal. I'm not gonna have you taking pictures with me. I'm here to help, I'm here to teach. There is literally no reason why I should have to take pictures with anyone. When Korean people ask me to take pictures with them, I feel really uncomfortable because I don't know you and I don't get why I'm taking a picture with you. Some people are like, oh my god, yes! And they're like getting ready and they're so happy because someone wants to take a picture with them. I'm so sorry. I'm not saying you should say no to every picture, but personally for me, like, if I'm living my life and I'm just trying to go, I don't want anyone taking pictures with me. And no, I don't feel like Beyonce. People who say they come here and feel like Beyonce because people are staring at them, they want to take pictures of them. Oh my god. Someone told me I look like Beyonce. Let me put a picture of Beyonce. Bruh. Do I need to? I'm about 3, 4, 5 shades darker than Beyonce, so hell to the no. The good situations are that there are people in this country who really appreciate you being here. There are people in this country who are overjoyed to see you. Some older people are really kind. I'll never forget, I was just standing up waiting for the train. I was standing up with this little old lady and I let her go in front of me. And so she went in front of me, but she made sure to carry me with her. She pulled me by my hand. She put me in the seat. So I was like, okay. And I sat beside her the whole time and she talked to me and I responded to what what I could respond to, and then I said bye to her and thank you, and that was kind. Being black in Korea is not terrible. My kids love me. Like, they love my hair. I get to teach them about me. So being black in Korea is also a learning experience for you, but you can educate people about you. I educate them about my hair. I educate them about my background. I definitely think being black in Korea has its cons, but it definitely has its pros. And I feel like in the long run, the pros outweigh the cons, because you will get a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and you should always try to educate people wherever you go. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend, hashtag support the mandem. Just remember, you are black excellence, you're kings and queens. You should never feel like lesser than that. Your melanin is worth more than gold. Never forget that. And as always, it's peace, and it's love, and it's annyeong.